So I'm out here in the garden and I just had a thought. So I'm gonna take you along with me. I'm Chrissy from Up the Windy Lane, and I think I might redo my whole raised bed garden next year. I don't know if I'm crazy or what. I just put in 12 new beds that I am not going to plant anything in for the fall and winter. I am going to, you can see one right there. I just pulled out of this one. I just pulled out of that one and laid I believe that is comfrey coming up. Just laid those down as green mulch. I've got a great big comfrey plant over by the greenhouse that I'm going to cut down again and save some, but the rest of it's going to be green mulch. But what I think I'm going to do is I am going to, I think maybe redo my whole raised bed garden, because this is really hard to walk around. Some of these I have too close, like some of these older beds are only a couple feet apart, and it really doesn't leave me a whole lot of room to walk, especially, if you have sweet potato vines that do that. So my thought is to actually pull these up. Some of the older beds need some work anyways. They need to be redone. Is pull them up and line them around the outside. So there's a fence over here, and I would put them along that fence and come up this way so far, leave an opening for a gate. I'm eventually going to put a fence all the way around my garden. Leave an opening here, and I would leave an opening over there where that big, the trellis there with the morning glories on it is. And then I would line this and maybe take these smaller 3x3s and kind of put them in the middle. That way I could walk all the way. I could make a big circle and have everything maybe a little bit more, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. That's a lot. I'm really going to have to think about this one, but I'm really thinking about doing it, because this is just so hard to see with like the trellises in the middle. I'm definitely not doing that next year. Those will get moved somewhere else. I thought that would be really cool. I could walk from one side to the other, but I can't even walk down it. Some of those, they're growing and just like folding over, hanging down. I'm like dodging like squash and stuff. So, yeah, like the squash on the trellis is wonderful, but not to try to walk through there. So I think that's going to change a little bit. I don't know. You guys are going to have to leave me some comments in the below and tell me kind of like the arrangement of yours. I just don't think I want to keep it like this, but my goodness, that's going to require a lot. Like, I don't even know. I'm going to have to like take all these up, come in here with a tractor. Oh my gosh, that means all of my irrigation has to be moved. Boo. I don't know about that. Because I did irrigation to every one of these beds. I don't know. I mean, irrigation, I can reuse it all, but that means I have to take all of that out, and I have to, like, all these beds, these are all older beds, especially those ones over by the fence. Those all, they're kind of down in the ground too. And I think once I get them out of there, they're probably going to tear up. Gosh, I don't know what I want to do. Now, the asparagus and the horseradish and ginger, those are all, well, the ginger is coming out in a little while, before the end of the year. The asparagus and the horseradish is getting moved this fall, so that is getting changed. But I will have to remove all these beds, come in here with a tractor, get all my dirt moved, level it out, and redo this whole area. Oh gosh, I don't know if I am. I think I'm gonna have to measure, get some pen and paper out, and then kind of lay out my beds how the length that they are. Most of them are 3x6, and I have, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 that are 3x3s. The rest of them are all 3x6s, so they would basically be butted right up to each other. And I think I could actually get more growing space in here, really. So I don't know what I want to do. Okay, So I think I'm gonna go in and check it out with pen and paper. I'm curious, you gotta let me know what you think below, because I'm definitely not gonna be doing anything before this video comes out. I still have things growing, as you can see, like the crazy jungle. I'm gonna leave like 12 of these beds, these new ones. These 2 rows here are not gonna have anything in them for the fall and winter, because it is new dirt. And get out of there, get out of there, come on, get out of my bed. And so those won't be an issue. It'll just be these other ones over here that have stuff in them. I've got stuff planted for the fall, so I may have to start planting out in the caterpillar tunnel. We got to get the plastic on that, and I'll show you that. It looks horrible. It looks so bad. As you can see out here, the caterpillar tunnel, and it does have 1 rib broken. I've got to fix that, and all the other ribs are okay, but all the weeds. I've got stuff growing out there this year, so I haven't really been mowing. Not mowing as much as what I usually do. I usually get in there and mow all the weeds down. So I need to get the plastic on that so we can plant out there, and that will be plenty of space to plant. So I mean, I potentially could redo this whole area, but I think I am definitely gonna have to go in and do some pen and paper. So let me know, do you raise bed? Do you raise row? Do you just plant in the ground like traditional gardening? You know, what kind of layout do you have? What do you prefer? I'm curious. I'm gonna do some designs, and I definitely need to measure this though and kind of get an idea of how big my garden layout actually is. I kind of have an estimate, but I need to know for sure. That way I know how many of my beds can, you know, go along the outside and such. So yeah. All right, that was my thoughts. I just wanted to share it with you, and you guys give me some ideas on what to do in here. But yeah, it can't be this way next year. I just don't even want to get in there. I don't even want to get in there. It's like a mess. So yeah, clutter. I don't like clutter in the house, and I apparently don't like clutter in here because I don't want to get in there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna plan some stuff. We're gonna see how it works out, and I may have a completely different raised garden bed area next year. So gosh, that'll be exciting. But if I do decide to change it, you are definitely gonna know it, because I'm gonna definitely share that with you. But yeah, give me some ideas. Be sure to like and subscribe, and you guys don't forget to be lovely lights today.